Okay, so a lot of people ask me this question, and it's a very common question. And some people don't ask the question, and they should ask the question. But if anybody wants to just shout out an answer, what do you think the most important skill to learn in this business is? The most important skill that if you only learn one skill, it should be this skill. What would that be?
Patience.
Okay,
Communication.
patience.
Mastering the invite. Mastering the invite.
There you go. Bossy said it. Bossy said it. Mastering the invite. See, you cannot know anything about the business. You cannot know anything about the services, right? But if you can get good at just mastering the invite, somebody probably saying, well, Aziz, how can I master the invite if I don't know nothing about the business? See, you can do it off pure excitement, pure emotion. Man, I got something I need you to see, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to let this one go. Like, you got to see this. It's about to change my life. I needed to change yours. I don't want to do it without you. Well, what is it? You got to see it, right? And everybody's approach will be different for each individual, right? You won't use that method for everyone. But what I'm saying is, if you just heard what I said right there, I said nothing about the business. I said nothing about a credit repair service. I said nothing about an LLC. I said nothing about a business funding. I said nothing about a monthly bonus that you could earn in this company, a platinum plaque award, a car bonus. I said nothing about that. Just off the sheer adjectives that I used that expressed my emotions of how I felt about something. If you can master the invite, get more people interested, pique more interest, and then make a connection for them to connect and see some more information or connect with the individual that is very successful in business, and you want to pass this connection off over to them. If you can do those things, then you can find success in this business or any other business. Mastering the invite. Very, very important. Okay, so today, and some of you have heard me train on this before when I've had one-on-one calls with you, but I want to go over this because this is very important for everybody to really understand. Because if you understand this piece, then you understand the type of results that you could get for each particular action that you take. All right. So what we're going to be talking about today is the highest forms of communication. We're going to go through this forms of communication from the top form, the number one form, and then we're going to go to the least highest form or the lowest form of communication. All right. So this presentation explores the most effective methods of inviting someone, mastering the invite, emphasizing how different forms of communication can enhance connectivity and strengthen relationships. Okay. So, number one, breaking bread. That's the number one method. Right? What does that mean? That means sitting down with someone having a meal. There's something different about when you're having a meal with something. It releases like some endorphins, some chemicals in the brain. It's just different when you're having a meal with someone. That can mean you actually invited someone to lunch, you actually invited them to dinner, or maybe you're on your lunch break and you're having lunch together at work. Number one, this option number one, the highest form of method, it strengthens bonds. Sharing a meal creates an intimate environment, fostering deeper connections and mutual understanding between individuals. It builds trust. Dining together encourages openness and honesty, proving to be a vital step in forming lasting relationships. And it enhances communication. Conversations during meals promote active listening and engagement. You got their full attention, right? Leading to more meaningful and memorable exchanges, right? I'm not going to even lie to you. There was this guy I used to work with, and he was like, man, Aziz, you look like you work out, you're a slim guy and all of that. He was kind of on the heavy side. And I said, well, I said, I don't work out as much as I should, but I kind of watch what I eat. And I said, why don't you, if you don't feel like you got the urge to start working out, why don't you just watch what you eat? He said, oh no, I can't do that. He said, I love food too much. And he said this to me, and I'll never forget it. He said, some of the best memories and moments that I've had with my wife and with my family have been over meals. Now, this was before I was in network marketing or MLM, but I found that very like intriguing when he said it to me, and I never forgot that. And I said, wow, he's got an emotional attachment to eating as well because of the memories and emotions that have happened and the fun times and things that have happened while having a meal. So coming back later in MLM in my network marketing career, it makes sense. Breaking bread is number one. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Number two, just being face to face. Now you're not having a meal, but maybe you're face to face. Maybe you're having coffee, or maybe you just pass by and you're talking to someone as you pass by in a supermarket or something like that. But personal connection, engaging in person fosters stronger relationships and creates a warm atmosphere for invitations and meaningful interactions. Nonverbal cues, they can see body language, facial expressions, enhance understanding, making communication clearer and more impactful during invitations. It's just face to face. And you can receive immediate feedback. Face to face interactions allow for quicker responses, enabling dynamic conversations and adjustments to invitations in real time, right? So, this is very much like breaking bread, having a meal, but it's just a little bit less effective than when you're having a meal with someone, okay? But it's still a high form of communication. All right, let's keep going. Number three, phone calls. Why is phone calls number three? Personal connection again. A phone call creates intimacy, allowing the other person to hear the tone and emotion. Now now you're getting into the point though, they can't see you though, but you still can have that conversation. They can hear it in your voice, and it's still something personal to them. You can still get immediate feedback. You can receive real-time responses, facilitating conversations flow and clarifying any misunderstandings immediately during the call. And you're building rapport. Voice communication helps establish trust and rapport, making it easier to invite someone genuinely and sincerely. All right? It's not as effective as breaking bread, not as effective as a face-to-face, but it's still very effective because it's an intimate feel. Okay, let's keep going. Number four, video messages. I think y'all kind of get the picture why this one might be under phone calls. It's a personal connection still. Video message allow for a genuine interaction, giving a glimpse of personality, a glimpse that text simply cannot convey. Okay, it's better than text, but it's not going to be better than a phone call. It's not going to be better than breaking bread. It's not going to be better than face-to-face. Now, video message do provide a level of convenience. Sending a video invitation is easy and can be done from anywhere, making it accessible for both parties. So it's got a convenience level to it as well. You can do it quick. Lasting impression. A well-crafted video message creates a memorable experience, ensuring invitation stands out in the recipient's mind. It's still a great method, right? Not better than the first three, but it's still a great method. It can still leave an impression. Now let's go to voice clips. Maybe you don't want to do a video message. Maybe you don't want to do the phone call. Maybe you don't want to do the face-to-face. Maybe you don't want to or can't sit down and have a meal with someone. Well, you can do a voice clip. You can send them a voice clip. It provides a personal touch. Voice clips allow for a more personal connection, making the invitation feel warmer and inviting. Emotion conveyance. They effectively convey emotions and nuances that written messages might miss, enhancing the overall communication. So it's better than the text, right? But it's not better than that video. It's not better than the phone call, etc. And of course, convenience, right? It's something that you can do easily. All right, let's keep going. Oops. Oh, let me go back. Oh, shoot. Let me go back up here. I don't hit the button too many times. All right, number 6, text messages. All right. Now, text messages, let me just do this real quick. All right, text messages. I got to go all the way back over again. Okay. Okay, text messages. Number 6, quick communication. Text messages allow for instant connectivity, ensuring that invitations can be sent and received promptly. You can get a text out quick. It's convenience. You can a broad reach. Text messages can reach anyone with a mobile device, expanding the potential audience for invitations significantly. But you see in these descriptions, nothing says it was intimate. There was nothing personal really about this. There was no conveyance of emotion. It was a text message, but you can do them quickly. All right. Social media posts. Yeah, you can post something on social media. You can reach a lot of people quickly if you have that audience or build up that audience. You can have the visual appeal, making it memorable, and you can potentially get instant feedback if somebody comments on your post. But as far as it being intimate, it's less of that. It's number 7 on the list. Emails. Well, emails are emails. Right? You can put a professional tone to it. You can give the clear details. You can do easy follow-up, but there's really nothing personal about it, right? But it's convenient. You can blast them out. They do email blasts. They do text blasts, right? And then number 9, last one, there's mailers. You can mail something to somebody home. It's a tangible touch, receiving a physical mailer. It has a personal touch that digital invites often lack, making the invitation memorable. You can create a design. Maybe they'll hang it up on their refrigerator, call you later, right? You can mail something to somebody's home, but understand it's a lower level of communication. Now, this is what I want to break down right here. So we got 9 different ways to communicate. Number 1, breaking bread. 2, face-to-face. 3, phone calls. 4, video message. 5, voice clip. 6, text message. 7, post on social media. 8, you can email somebody. And 9, you can send them something in the mail, right? Now, I broke this down into 3 categories, as you see. The first 3 are considered high forms of communication. The second group of 3 is considered a medium form of communication. And the last 3 are grouped as a low form of communication. Okay? Might provide some convenience, but understand the personal touch is just not there. But now I want to talk about the quality of leads, warm spirit versus cold spirit. So, warm spirit, if you don't know, right, is family, friends, co-workers, old classmates, past clients, etc. And then you have cold spirit, basically strangers. You don't really have any type of rapport with them. You can have like a medium level quality lead where they're kind of warm, but not really. We just grouping it into 2. Okay. The warm spirit is a high quality lead. The cold spirit is a low quality lead. Now, what I want to do here is I want to ask for some participation. Considering the different forms of, let's go here, different forms of communication, high, medium, and low. And then considering the warm versus cold, high quality lead versus a low quality lead. If you were to take a low form of communication, like a post on social media, an email, or a mailer, and you coupled it with a low quality lead, what type of result do you think you might get? A low form of communication, 7, 8, 9, with a low quality lead. What type of result would you might get, what you tend to expect?
Maybe
Not much.
nothing.
Yeah, not much.
Rejection.
maybe nothing, right? Maybe a no, right? So if you are doing low quality activity or low quality forms of communication with cold spirit, I'm not saying that it won't work, but what might you have to do to get it to work?
Start fostering a relationship.
Well, that comes over time, right? Anybody else want to give it a shot? What might you have to do to get somebody who's interested? If you're going with a cold spear, but you're using a low form of communication.
Maybe use a medium form of communication or go
No,
higher.
no, 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 no. Don't change the form of communication. Just stick with the low.
Maybe get on a phone call with them.
No, you changing the form of communication. I'm just saying, if you're using a low form of communication with a low quality lead, cold spear, and you're trying to get a result of someone who's interested, you'll probably have to do what?
Keep
Reach out to
following
them
up.
more
Keep
often.
breaking bread with them.
Okay, I heard Erilyn say reach out to them more often. See, you can't, don't change. We're not changing the form of communication. We're not going up here to break bread. We're not doing face-to-face phone calls. I'm just talking about in this scenario, low form of communication with a low quality lead. Erilyn said, reach out to him more. Bossy, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I would definitely say try to find a way to turn them warm spear. That would be the best way for me necessarily. If they low form and cold spear, I would definitely try to find a way to make them warm spear.
That's the goal, right?
That
But
was
before
it.
we
Thank
even
you,
get to
boss.
that, we gotta get them to respond back to us, right? And if we're using this is Erilyn was the closest to this. If you're using a low form of communication to communicate with the low quality lead, just to get a response back, if I'm doing posts on social media, I'm doing emails or I'm doing mailers, this is the key. I may have to do, or not may, I absolutely have to do more of it. You see what I'm saying? I gotta send, that's why when they do emails or mailers, right, they're blasting it out, trying to hit as many emails as possible on social. If I'm trying to get leads from just posting on social media, guys, I might have to post 3 times a day and make sure my content is good. I might not be able to just post 1 time a day. I might have to put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories consistently running stories in my social media. I might have to go to 3, 4, 5 platforms and post the same content because I'm trying to reach more people because I'm using a low form of communication with cold spirit. That makes sense?
Yep.
When you're using a low form of communication with a low quality lead, that means you're probably going to get a lower quality result. So what you have to do is you have to do more of that thing to get potentially more people that might be interested. You got to go through the numbers. Okay. All right. So let's do another one. Let's say I did a low form of communication, but with a high quality lead. What type of result might I get?
A possible response.
Yeah, you might get a possible response.
You're going to get a medium high form of communication. So you may get a response. You may not get a response.
You may get something, you might not. But it's a low form of communication. I made a post. Well, my cousin saw my post. Hey, cuz, what you talking about with this post? I sent the email. Hey, man, I just got an email from you. Was that you? Right? So you may get with a high quality lead, you may get a better result. Okay, let's go here. Let's do another one. Let's say I sent a medium. No, let's say I did a high form of communication with a a high form of communication with a low quality lead, with a stranger, right? Somebody I just met, but I did a high form of communication. What might result?
You still gonna get a medium-sized result.
Yeah, you
Even
might
though
get,
that you did a low form of communication, you still will get a possible medium form of result.
Exactly.
yeah,
See,
because it's
see,
your excitement in your voice, or you piquing the interest of what is this about, because you're so eager to share it. So yeah, I agree.
exactly. So if you having a meal face to face or a phone call with the stranger or a low quality lead, you're likely to get a medium, maybe even kind of veering into the high zone, but it might be like a high, medium, low, high, right? That's why a lot of companies do what? Cold phone calls. They call it cold calling. So you see companies do cold calling. Why? Yeah, it's a lot of no's they're getting, but they know it's a high form of communication with a low quality lead. So they know that they might potentially get a better result by doing a cold call. All them spammers that be calling, they doing it for a reason. They know if they can get you on the phone, they could potentially pique your interest. They know the majority of people gonna hang up, block them, and all of that. But they know if they can get somebody on that phone, they could potentially pique their interest and flip them and get them interested in hearing some more. Right? Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Let's say you did a video message, a voice clip, or a text message, a medium form of communication, but you did it with a high quality lead. What type of result might you get? Video message, voice clip, or text message?
You'll possibly still get with a higher lead. You'll maybe 9 out of 10 you'll get a high communication because you did it with a lead, and you, even though it's text mail, email, messaging, that's kind of like that the last, a little bit of low form communication, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you can see my screen right here, we're looking at medium form of communication.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy on everybody that was on the call. I didn't even see your screen as these. I see you.
Video message, voice clip, or text message to a warm lead, which is a high quality lead. What type of result?
You're gonna get a
get?
high result. Your high form. You're gonna get
I
you're
say a
gonna get a
medium form
high.
of communication. I say you're gonna peak that high
But it's with a warm spirit. That's with a high lead. You're just
yeah.
using a medium form of communication, so you're gonna get a high end result.
But what if they don't see it? What if they don't open it?
But see, then again, you're still using. So if they don't open up the message, the voice clip, or the text message, is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah. I say media. I say like it's a high lead. You got a possibility of getting them to
A high result.
Yeah, a
yeah.
high result because it's your
Mhm.
warm. They're gonna open it. That's somebody that's used to you. They're at some point they're
This
gonna
is this
open
is
it.
this is a great debate.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
Honestly,
not,
gonna open
Tiffany.
it.
Maybe not, Tiffany. I got people. I got relatives that I send messages to that they ain't looked. I got people that I done made calls to. They ain't answer. They
And
didn't
I do the
respond.
same thing. But see, I got people that I send messages to in warm lead. They don't respond right then and there, but they do respond.
Yeah, yeah.
this is let me jump in. This is a great debate right here. So thank y'all ladies for having this conversation because yes, you might send the video message, the voice clip, the text message to a warm lead, which is a high quality lead. And yes, you can get a high result or a high, medium, low, high, somewhere in that range because it's
Mm-hmm.
warm spirit. Uh, but then Kier jumps in and says, well, you're leaving it to chance because they might not get open that message. And she's right. So both of y'all are right. Nobody's wrong, right? So it's right there in that medium high range, right? But if you want to go higher with that, then you go with something face to face, or you try to get that phone call. right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because now you could call them and say, hey, did you get that video or that text I sent you? You know, and
yeah,
that'll be a higher, a higher lead.
yeah. So both of y'all are right. In different scenarios can happen. But yes, if you get in front of someone or you make that phone call, you always increase your odds. And you increase your odds of actually getting to that person faster as well, because they may not get the text. They may not get the video message or the voice clip. Or they may see it and they may get busy, close their phone, meant to get back to you and didn't. Right? So nobody's wrong. Both of y'all are right in that situation. But why did I want to do this training? Because I want everybody to know what to expect from when you're taking these different approaches of communication. Last one. Let's do last one. Let's say we do a text message or a DM, because text messages can be a DM, to a cold spear. That is a medium form of communication to a cold spear, basically a stranger, text or
Get
DM.
some low results, baby. Because you got to warm that person up to you. See, you got to take the cold spear and make them your warm spear. That's gonna take some work, but it's not impossible. You can do it, but it's gonna give you some low end results because that person don't know you.
Absolutely. So
I say the
if,
same thing. That's why I
if,
send voice clips, because it's a
if we're
little bit. Mhm. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Kier.
I said that's why I don't just send text. I send voice clips because a lot of times when I send voice clips in the DMs, they open them, and then I get a, hey, I've never had this before. I never had anybody voice clip me a message. They always text, and I think it's a spam. So you kind of warming them up. So it could lead to, the text message is definitely a low, you know, lead. But you're if you send a voice clip, you're kind of warming them up a little bit, because now they're interested in, like, man, what do you do? Because you're sending me a voice clip, not just a text message.
A strong
Mhm.
maybe, yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
because voice clip is at number 5, video message is at number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we know that we're going to go with a medium form of communication, video, voice clip, or text message, right? And we're going down the list. Now, this is categorized in the medium section, but there's levels to the medium. Okay,
Yep.
there's a video, then
Wouldn't
there's
send
4,
you
there's
that
5.
voice clip. If I send you a message, I might as well go ahead. If you're a cold spirit, it makes no sense to send you just a simple voice clip because you don't know who I am. So I would have refrained and just sent you a video message. So now you can see my face and put my face with a voice. So now you can
Yeah,
see me.
yeah, and now you know, like everybody knows, there's options. Some
Mm.
people may not want to do the video. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera." Okay, we didn't go with the voice clip, but know what your options are. Now, when we look at this thing and we say, okay, if we send in voice clips, text messages, even video message, right? We can increase our odds with video message, right? If we're sending that to low quality leads, cold spear, we know that we could end up getting a lower end response rate, right? Even if we're sending the video message or the voice clip, we know that's still it's a cold lead, cold spear. Again, what do we have to keep in the mind, our mind frame? What do we have to do more of to get more responses?
Following up, keep engaged, keep
Keep engaging.
yeah, keep sending them
And
I
try
keep
to
saying,
pique their interest on other
yeah.
things. You know.
Well,
Send more
yes.
messages.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, Diamond. Send more messages. You gotta reach out to more people. See, we don't want to keep messaging the same 50 people or the
Mm-hmm.
same 100 people. You don't want to keep doing that, right? You gotta send more messages to more people. What does that mean if I gotta send more messages? Well, you might have to add more friends to your friends list. You might have to jump on LinkedIn and add some friends over there, right? And then, yes, you do want to follow up with all of these people and send messages and double back around and all of that because you're building up that warm spirit. But you got to send out more messages because you got to survey more people.
Mm-hmm.
right?
You got to tap into that person's leads, into that person's
circle.
Thank you. Network. Thank you.
Yeah, but before you can even tap into that person's circle, you got to get a response for someone that's interested in seeing some information.
Okay.
So that's all we're talking about is mastering the invite, is different ways to invite, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we got to understand what type of results we should expect from certain ways that we invite. And why am I even doing this training? Because I do trainings with people in one-on-one coaching, and I'll ask them, okay, you're not working the warm sphere right now. You're in the cold sphere. How are you doing it? They're usually going with the medium form of communication, usually voice clip or text message. Okay. And I say, okay, how many messages did you send? And a person tell me, man, I sent a lot. And I say, okay, great. How many did you send though? And they said, man, I sent a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, but can you give me a number of how many you sent? And I'll get somebody tell me like, I sent like 30. Now in their mind, they wasn't lying to me. Right. They wasn't lying to me. In their mind, that was a lot. They sent a lot of messages and I still ain't got no responses. I sent a lot. But in my mind, because I know the numbers and I know the form of communication that they're using, and I know that they're going after it with cold spear, I know 20 or 30 messages is not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what should somebody be doing if they're going with that text, that voice clip, that video message, and they're going with cold spear? Honestly, what I've seen moves the needle. That moves the needle. Man, you're talking 100 to 150 messages a day. That's what I know moves the needle. Can you get results quicker than that? Yes. When it comes to social media, yes, you can. But I'm going to do another training on what I call prospecting, posting, and posture. That's going to be another training that can help increase the odds of you getting results quicker, where you might get better results if you send 100 or 150 messages than somebody else if they sent 100 and 150 messages. That's going to be a separate training. But what I've seen that moves the needle is you got to go in with your messages. I'm trying to see when I'm in the trenches. I'm not focused on training. I'm focused on recruiting. I'm focused on getting clients. I'm giving my day and my time. I'm trying to get out 100 to 150 messages a day, right? Whether I do 25, 25, 25, and 25, I do 4 of 25 or 6 of 25. I'm finding 6 times throughout the day, breaking it up. I'm going to do 25 on LinkedIn. I'm doing 25 on Facebook. I'm doing 25 on Instagram. Then I might come back to LinkedIn and, repeat it later in the day. But I'm trying to get out 100, 150 messages a day if I really want to push the needle and push the agenda. Could it be done with less messages than that when cold spear? Yes, it can, depending on your prospecting, posting, and your posture. And I'm not talking about sending messages to warm spear. See, this is the tricky part when it comes to DMing people and messaging people. When you first get into the business, you send some messages to your warm spirit, you get some quicker results. Man, I didn't have to send 100, 150 messages. Well, that was to your cousin. That was to your mom. That was to your sister. That was to your brother. So if your mind is thinking that I only got to send 20 or 30 messages and I should be getting some people responding, is because you're correlating that to messages you sent to your warm sphere. You're not correlating that experience to sending messages to cold sphere. It's two different things, two different worlds. And if I think that I'm gonna get the same result that I got when I sent a message to my cousin, to this other person that's on social media, I'm gonna get frustrated. I'm gonna feel like it don't work. I'm not gonna know why it's not working. I'm gonna think it's me. I'm gonna think I'm doing something wrong, because nobody explained this to me And when I said I sent a lot of messages and I sent 30, I thought I was in the trenches. Okay. So I just wanted to do that training. Anybody got any questions or anything they want to add to that? Okay. No questions? No questions?
I got a quick question.
Let's go.
So when you say, I heard Diamond say we may have to send more messages. I heard you discuss multiple platforms. A couple of us may use multiple platforms. So what would you say would be a good number if we're going through our code sphere with the lowest form of communication? Understanding I may just have to send more messages to increase my efficiency.
Yeah, if we right here in this medium form right here, that's what I was saying. I'm trying to send out 100 to 150 messages a day. And breaking that up, whether it's 20, because, and you don't want to, the thing is, you don't want to go too hard because then Facebook want to block you, right? These platforms want to block you. So you might want to do 25 on this platform, 25 on this platform, or 30 or 40, 30 or 40, 30 or 40, right? In these different platforms and just go crazy sending the messages.
Got it. Thank you for the clarity. So it's not 150 messages I have to send on Facebook.
Not just on Facebook. No, you can break it up between different platforms. Right now, if somebody is on a call like, well, I only have like 500 friends on my Facebook page, then you should go crazy adding new friends. I only have like 10 people on my LinkedIn. You should just spend a week just understanding 2 weeks or whatever. You might just be like, I'm gonna just spend all my time just adding people. I'm gonna still send some messages and I'm gonna send messages as they accept my friend requests. See, that's the other thing. Some people be afraid to send a message when the person accept the friend request. Send a message. That's your job. You got to get the message out about what you do as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to make friends with somebody, wait for them to be on my page for 6 or 7 months, and then come back and send them a message. Man, as soon as I friend request them and they accept my friend request, I'm sending them a message. I got to get through the numbers. I don't have time to wait. So you got to get more friends if you don't have a lot of friends. And if you got 2, 3, 4, 5,000, you got to get through them people as quickly as possible. And if I'm already, one more thing, Monica, if I'm already to the point where I got a lot of friends on my Facebook, but I ain't got friends on my LinkedIn, I'm using my Facebook to send messages and I'm on my LinkedIn adding more friends because that's my inventory. Right? Go ahead, Monica.
Okay, I'm just making sure I grasp this. So because I listen to Bossy, I would know you can't send 150 messages at one time because Facebook going to put you in jail. So sending them about 25 or 30 at one time. I do have LinkedIn and I do have the Lemon 8. I used to have Snapchat, but it was too many weird people was texting me on my phone. So does it matter? Okay, I got the scripts from you yesterday. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm down a certain far of my messages. So and it's harder. Like when we get on the blitz, it takes me a while to go down my messages. I've been on the news feed, but where the news feed is, I'll do them. But I still got. It takes me a while to get down the line of my friend list to send the messages. It seems like I might be on another script or something, but most of them then just about then had them scripts. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying. You going down your friends list, and it's getting harder and harder to find the next person to send a message to because you got so many friends.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I created a video. Let me see. I thought I created a video on how to download. Yeah, here we go, right here. So for those See, Monica is in the trenches because if you haven't had that problem yet, because everybody on this call should be having that problem unless you knew her. Everybody on the call should be having a problem where they're like, I can't get down to my friends list. So I'm sending the video to Heavy Impact. Download Facebook friends list. Okay. And this will download all, you can use this following these instructions to download your friends into an Excel spreadsheet. You can print it out, whatever. I think it's either Excel or PDF. And then you could just start typing people's name in and going to their page and just sending them a message that way, then going down your friends list on your Facebook page. Great question. We got a great solution for it.
Okay.
Thank you for that
Someone
question.
wants
I know somebody else needed that. Was that a gem? No, or no, y'all? Like that had to be a gem for somebody.
Yeah, it was Jim.
Yeah.
Definitely a gem. I didn't know you can download your Facebook friends list.
Yep. So check the Heavy Impact chat. Watch that video, and then this way you can get organized, and you can just go down the list, put a check mark after everybody that you highlighted or something. However you want to do it, to make sure you're getting through all your friends.
Okay, so I can go in there and down. If you dropped it in the Heavy Impact, I can download it. What you
No,
just
you can
dropped?
go it. You could go into Heavy Impact and watch the video that
watch
shows
the
you
video.
how to download your friends list. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Great question. Great question. Jim, somebody missed that gem. They got off the call, they missed that gem. Let's see. Do anybody else have any other questions? All right. Anything anybody else wants to add?
Hey guys, it's me, Sherry. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Been listening. Great gems. Thank you. The bliss has been working for me tremendously. Just also want to add something that I noticed to, piggyback off of Monica's question is some people are on at the same times. So we have our bliss, and depending on times we have our bliss. I'm noticing those are the same people that's been on from, the other day. So what I try to do is I try to make sure I go out to different time frames so that this way I can jump on Leslie's call because I know it's later, it's midnight for us. And there's some people on at midnight. So I send out some messages at midnight. I do my blitz at midnight for a half an hour because it's different times where people could jump on.
Got you. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're going to your messenger and you're looking at maybe the green dots.
Yes.
Okay, got you. So there's a green dot method. You know what? Are you looking at like the bubbles across the top with the green dots?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. So if everybody goes to, this is good. I'm going to actually share my screen so everybody can see what you're talking about because this is a gem that I know most people probably they're going to need to see it. Okay. Okay. Mic check, mic check. Okay. All right. Okay. So these bubbles across the top with people's names. Do y'all see the people with green dots?
Yep.
Okay. And then you'll see right there, Satitra says 7 minutes, right? We got Erica says 6 minutes. It's letting you know that these people are online or when the last time they were active online with Facebook. So what Sherry is saying is that she's sending DMs to people that are currently online. If she sends her DMs at different times of the day, she can target different people because different people are online at different times of the day. Versus if she's always doing her DMs the same time every day, she's likely going to start seeing some of the same people. So that's just a method that she's using to use the green dot method to her advantage. Does that kind of clarify it?
That clarified it for me, so thank you, because I just did it, but now I know it's a method. I just noticed that, people, for me, there's certain times that I can get on. So I just thought, if I can't get on all the time, there's times where I can just get on and do the work, and I'm noticing. So the Blitz has helped me, one, strategize my time to get on. And now, like you said, notice that there's also people that get on at different times of the day.
Absolutely. She had a whole method, didn't even know the method. She just knew it was working. Let's go. I see Bossy with his hand up. Let's go.
Hey, that's good, man. And just to piggyback off of this, because this is kind of like a whole social media training, so I'm gonna keep this brief, right? When we send in our messages, most individuals don't know your thread is kind of like old news. So you can actually hit your menu button and then you can hit news feeds. Anytime you hit news feeds, those are the individuals that's actually on social media right now that's active. Anytime I do like a blitz per se, and I'm sending messages, I always use the news feed because those individuals are on social media right now. Hopefully that makes sense.
Let
I
me
was gonna
just
say that too.
I was getting ready to
Bossy.
say that again, boss. You said it too fast. Slow it up for me. I can't.
let
I
me
want
let
to
me
make
give
sure I
a visual.
understand.
Let me give a visual.
But say I
Okay.
might
So
have to see that.
yeah.
I
So
Yeah.
comprehended it, but I need a visual.
all
Yeah.
right, so y'all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here you got individuals posting, and you'll see the times, right? 6 hours ago, 1 day ago, right? Bunch of ads. 17 hours ago, 27 minutes ago, right? So you see it's all spread out. 9 minutes ago, but if you want to see, like who's posting right now, I'm gonna click at the top right where my menu is. It says 69 right there. I'm going to click that and I'm going to go to my menu. And then do you all see the button right there on the right side that says feeds? It says professional dashboard, groups, and feeds. Well, when I click feeds, watch what happens. I can sort it at the top by favorites or friends. I'm just going to sort it by friends. You see what it says? Victoria Irving, right now. Waukesha, 1 minute ago. Romel, 2 minutes ago. Kiga, 2 minutes ago. Morella, 2 minutes ago. So versus seeing your feed where it's like all sporadic, when you click feed, it'll show them who most recently posted. Boss, you still got your hand up, or this is new? You got another something you
Yeah, I
want to
just
add?
wanted to piggyback off of that real quick. Thank you for showing that, right? And I want everybody to pay attention up top what he done, because you see how it says all. I don't want you to go to news feed and just hit all, y'all. Make sure you click friends. Make sure you hit friends, because these are the friends that's actually on your social media. And I don't know if you want to talk about it real quick, bro. A lot of times when we prospect and we don't know it's the difference between friends list, followers list, and who you're following. A lot of times we seem like we're prospecting the same people. You actually have multiple different lists of prospecting that you can do.
Yeah. We'll probably do another training on that, but like Bossy said, make sure you messaging people that you're friends with, not that you're following. Nay, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I just have a question to make sure I'm fully grasping and comprehending what you and Bossy are talking about. So when it comes to doing the feeds thing on Facebook, when you're sending messages, are you just going down the line of whoever's active at that moment and sending them a script, or you're doing something else?
You just sending them, you just hitting this button, hitting their name, going to their page, and then sending them a message.
Okay.
Hitting the person's name, hit the message button and send them a message.
Okay.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure I had comprehended it right.
Yeah, you just want to see who's most likely online. That's what Sherry was saying. She uses the green dot method to see who's online right now. That's one way. And then also the way Bossy was saying was going to feeds. All right, so let's go back. Do it one more time. Starting from your home page, clicking the menu button, that little picture of yourself at the top right. That's the drop-down menu. Then going to feeds, you see professional dashboard, groups, and then you see feeds, clicking feeds. And then at the top, don't go to all, don't go to favorites, go to friends. And then you can see who's just posted. DJ Kane right now, just now. See that? Tracy Gibbs, she just posted right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, perfect. All right, good. Anybody else have any questions, anything they want to add?
Thank you for your leadership and training.
No problem.
You say, oh, he can't have.
All right.
Thank you so much, Aziz. I really appreciated this training. It's given me a lot of clarity on the sending messages part to make it easier for me after our discussion. So you've given me a lot.
Yeah, clarity is key. Clarity is key, and that's what everybody got to remember. Clarity is key for your team, because if they don't understand and have the proper expectations of what their activity should get them as far as results, they're going to think they're doing something wrong. They're going to think it's them. They're going to think they just can't be successful in this business because they don't understand what it takes for others to be successful in this business. I don't want nobody to think that when we get in enrollments, we just doing it in our sleep. No, when I'm ready to turn up the notch and put the pedal to the metal and get back to recruiting and clients and things of that nature, and I'm really focused in on that. See, you can always send your minimums, y'all, 20 a day, 25 a day. But when you're ready to turn that thing up, man, I'm going in 100, 150, sometimes 200 messages a day. When I'm ready to turn that thing up, I know I got to turn up my activity, especially if I'm going with a voice clip text message and I'm going with a stranger, low quality lead. I know I got to turn it up. I got to send more messages if I'm going that route. If I'm going with WarmSpear, it's going to be easier, right? And not easier to get enrollments, y'all. Don't mix that up. It's going to be easier to get individuals to respond back. If I can get somebody to respond back, then I give myself the opportunity to set an appointment. If I can set an appointment and get them to that appointment, then I give myself an opportunity for them to make the call and see the information. If they can make the call and see the information, then I give myself the opportunity for me to get an enrollment as a client or a business partner. This is just about what it takes to get the opportunity. That's it. Yeah. All right, y'all. I think that is it for today. Great training, great call. Salute, pat yourselves on the back as well. Man, I'm gonna end this training. If you got a question, get back with your mentor, your coach, and just ask them some questions about some things. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Definitely see you at the TOP. Let's go.
Let's go.